All right, it is another busy morning. I was on the right track. I chose kind of wrong. But the beauty of being a teacher is that whenever I alert anything, whether I buy or see something moving, students who have studied these patterns before can use the patterns and, make their own decisions. That's the beauty of me being a teacher rather than just like so many chat rooms and newsletters where it's just alerts, 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 and people are trying to chase alerts, and that never really works. That never creates millionaires. Part of the reason why I have more millionaire students than anybody else in the entire stock market, I don't see anybody else having millionaire students. It's because I teach you to be self-sufficient, and that is my whole goal. I don't want someone just buying a stock because I'm buying it. I want you thinking on your own. Why is Tim buying this? What other stocks are similar? How do I use this thought process and, really just recreate what works for Tim and don't use what doesn't work for Tim. So that's why I share all my trades in real time. Here is CELH. This is a 2-week chart. You remember I was dip buying it here in the 230s. This was actually one of my best dip buys, and it's been holding up here. A nice 50, 60% gain from my buy. But then it kind of got choppy the past few days. And the past few days, I'm like, I don't know if it's going to break 325. That was resistance right here. You had one little blip to 350, but resistance here at 325, resistance here at 325, resistance here on Friday at 325. So I had no position going into earnings today. And you can see actually pre-market, all this is commentary in the chat room. And there's a lot of commentary in the first hour of the week. But here I said VGGL, CERE, CDTI pre-market winners all might run, so watch volume closely. CELH earnings here bled, negative domestic sales growth. And so I said watch out for potential crash. So I probably should have stuck to what I said pre-market. This was 20 minutes before the market opened. CELH kind of did crash. I was tempted, though, by the early strength here in the 315s, 320s, and I bought on the breakout thinking, oh, this could really run. It did go to 350, so there was some decent upside, and it did hit 340 here. I actually sold here, just to protect myself because I wasn't sure how far it would go. Now it's 310, 312. There's not much downside buying a stock with big buyers. Part of the reason why I bought it in the low threes is because there were 10,000 share buyers. So at worst, even if I had totally mistimed it, I would have lost 25 cents a share. Still not that bad. But the beautiful thing here is that VGGL was an earnings winner, and this is run in the past, and I said watch volume closely. And when I say that, if you watch my DVDs, if you watch more of these video lessons, you'll understand that you need huge, huge, huge volume. CELH broke out, but didn't have the huge volume, so it went pretty much nowhere. I made a few $100. VGGL, out of these three, had the most volume. Let's look at first CDTI. Tried spiking a little bit, didn't have too much volume. Now it's kind of dead. CERE, same kind of thing. Had the morning spike and then came down. So CERE and CELH both had spikes near the open, but the volume was weak, so it didn't do anything. CDTI, you have a little bit of spiking. You had a little bit of volume spikes here and here, but then volume died. The difference, VGGL, look at the volume. Hundreds of thousands of shares traded every single minute, and that is why the stock has gone from 3 to 4. Pre-market, if you want to see when I said watch it, it was right around here at 9:08 a.m. So right here, it was around $2.90 a share. So coulda, woulda, shoulda, bought it right near the open here at 3:05. I was actually trying to buy it between this and CELH. CELH got executed. This one blew past I think I had my limit at 3:05, and it went too far. In hindsight, yeah, I should have paid 310, 320. And you can make a quick 20, 30%. I chose the wrong earnings play. That's what it comes down to. CELH has a better chart. If you look at the The daily chart, it's been consolidating in here in the threes. So I thought, okay, earnings, I wasn't impressed with earnings, but I saw the buyers and I saw the breakout. So I thought, you know, there have been earnings winners that do not necessarily report great numbers. And they just keep going. So it had the breakout chart, it just couldn't hold it. Again, now it's at 310. I'd be down 15 cents a share even if I was still holding instead of making 10 cents a share. So plus or minus 10 cents a share, I don't care. I was wrong. VGGL, if you look at the chart, it's a kind of a crappy chart, but right here, huge breakout. When it held 3, when it broke above 3, that was the breakout, the multi-day breakout right here, and you can see how much it surged. I wouldn't be buying VGGL now that it surged, but from buying it from 3 to 385, that is doable, and I am very proud of so many students. I got to give calls out to everybody because literally there's dozens of students who are getting it and doing these trades on their own. So some people might say, "Oh, Tim, you're such a bad stock picker. You bought the wrong one." Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you pick the wrong one. In an ideal world, you buy both. I'm trying to do alerts and commentary, so I'm not set up to be a great trader. I'm not optimized, and I say that not to make excuses, but to help you understand that I am optimized to be a great teacher. So when I make these video lessons, I'm doing this midday right now. I'm missing out on potential trades. But it's okay because I want to show you how many people are getting it even without a buy alert. That is the beautiful thing. I want you thinking on your own. I want you trading on your own. Here is Andrea Ali 200, CELH. He bought and sold it, and he made 450, his biggest profit to date. Cami Ortiz, wish I had more patience on VGGL, in at 302, out at 358. And I said to Cami, I was like, Cami, you just made 20% in like 20 minutes. Don't necessarily have patience, okay? When you make 20% in 20 minutes, think about what 20% means. You have to keep everything into perspective. 20% is what most mutual funds and hedge funds aim to make over the course of a year. And yes, VGGL did go up a little more, so you could have made 30% or 40%. But when you make 20%, that's damn good. And this is Cami's 4th successful trade out of 5, which is cool. Don't get used to these big winnings, okay? The past few days, we've had ICLD be a big winner, GEVO be a big winner, and now today VGGL. So 3 days in a row, you've had these speculative companies. I didn't buy any of them, and yet if you look at my recent videos, we're talking hundreds of students have been buying them because they're learning on their own, and I'm very proud of that. Vivid X Media bought 1,000 at 310, out at 370. So again, 20% in 20 minutes. Here's Angry Pirate, sold at 370 from 295, made 550 bucks. And again, a lot of people are going to rip on saying, oh, it's only a few $100s. These are the trades that build $1 million accounts. These are the exact trades. Whether you buy 500 shares, 1,000 shares, when your account is bigger, you can buy 5,000 shares. You can buy 20,000 shares. VGGL's volume, and now it's finally fading, it's 16 million shares, okay? So this one got the volume much more than any other penny stock. This is the play du jour. So you could have bought literally hundreds of thousands of shares if you were quick enough. And, imagine having a big account, buying, and I don't know if Tim Grittani did it, but I wouldn't be surprised, buying, 50,000 shares at 3 and selling 50,000 shares at 350, and you make 25,000 in 20 minutes. So just consider that. That is the same strategy when you have a bigger account. It's just bigger position sizes. B. Dean says, damn it, I sold VGGL too soon, in at 325, out at 380. Again, another 20% gain. Don't worry about specific timing and trying to make 25% and timing it. If you can make 50, 60, 70 cents a share, that is a damn good trade. VividX quantifies the profit, $600 profit. Wayne says, look at this. This is awesome. Bought 3,000 at 290, sold at 360. So he bought right when I said, pre-market winner, watch volume, potential buy. I didn't give the buy alert, but Wayne has seen these stocks run, and he banked 2,100. Here's Jansen, 200 on $1,000 investment. Invest 126 made 1,000. MIE made 95 bucks in 6 minutes. These are all real students. Stock Ranger made 525 in 10 minutes. Nice way to start a Monday, I agree. Duck Sauce was in a little late, 367 to 385, made 200, and then off to the 9 to 5 job. Here is Dude 7. This was a nice trade. In at 3, out at 383. Best trade so far. D. Simone still hasn't sold. In at 253. That's a fantastic entry. Here goes nothing. I rode 20 cents and made 6%. Small but safe. Very happy with that. Very good. It's okay to be safe. Here, this guy says, Tim, you're the best teacher. Why, thank you. Bank the short. Made my first $1,000 on VGGL. Small account, but still pumped that I passed my $1,000 mark, minus the fee for the trade. LOL. Austin Alpha said, hey, Tim, take profits on day 5 of small profits in a row. It all adds up. What's good is putting myself in the right positions. Thanks again. Exactly. You put yourself in the right positions and good things happen. Here is Ernstrom, new challenge student here. Been watching the penny stocking DVD all weekend. In at 370, out at 405. Hey, making 10%, pretty good. Jay Sateri made a quick 250. Balloon in at 310, out at 359. $147 for breakfast. Nice. Anaji in at 324, out at 369. Chase in at 375, out at 402. Small position since it was speculative. Nice little gain. Austin locked in $11,000. Realized profit. Slowly but surely digging out of this hole I'm in. So I don't know how much Austin is down, but when you make 11,000, that gets you back. You know, a lot of you guys are down. I'm hearing of people losing money, especially those who don't report unprofitably, who don't post publicly. You know, the only thing I can tell you is cut losses quickly. You know, when you're wrong about a stock, like I was wrong about CELH, okay, but I got out pretty quickly. And whether I made or lost 10 cents a share, you know, right now I'd be down 20 cents a share. It did not hold the breakout like I wanted. It did not have huge volume or continue to have huge volume like I wanted. So I simply exited the trade. PTBI, you know, I've been shorting it the past few days. And, you know, I didn't have a position, frankly, because I'm just scared to short a stock that's down $4 a share. And, you know, one of my shorts on Friday, it just wasn't doing what I wanted. So I got out and I made, I don't know, like 20 cents a share. And some people are like, Tim, you're such a wuss. This company is so overvalued, just keep holding. Well, now I'd be down like $1 a share. So whether I make or lose 5, 10, 20 cents a share, that's not what I want to make. But sometimes when the stock isn't going my way, I get out. And that's a good lesson for you, Austin. And then Epexor just posted this comment. This is all in the first hour of trading, just so you know. And I didn't capture everybody's comments. I'm just trying to trade and make videos and keep down, copy and paste a few comments from students because I think it's good to show you what other people are doing, not just me. And Epexor bought at 321, trying to sell at 4 or above. You know, I don't know if Epexor got it considering VGGL is down to 370, but even at 370, that's still a solid profit. How many shares was it? I didn't say. But, you know, if you make 50 cents a share, that's damn good. So this is today's runner. Always pay attention to potential runners, stocks reporting earnings. I'm getting some comments from people saying, oh, VGGL loses money, they have so little cash, blah, blah, blah. Every excuse in the book. Listen, it's an internet company. Instagram and YouTube had no money. They didn't have any revenue, and they got bought out for billions. Internet companies are not like other companies. You're just looking for user growth. So for whatever reason, people like the user growth. At Vigil, it's probably all BS, but you ride the momentum, okay? That's all penny stocks are about, riding momentum, not necessarily validating like, oh, if Vigil were to get taken over, they would be worth $2.47 a share based on this method. No, there's no exact methods to valuing penny stocks. They're momentum trades. If a stock can have volume and it has earnings and, you know, it can break out past this previous highs around 295, 3-ish, it's a buy. It's a potential buy and it can run really quick. CELH, you know, I don't regret my buy. You know, it did break out, but it just couldn't hold it. I wasn't impressed with earnings, so I said that clearly. I wasn't like trying to pump it and be like, these are the best earnings ever. I said, bleh earnings. I actually expected a crash, but I followed price action when there were big buyers because, again, Even now, there's so little downside when you're wrong if you follow price action. Just because I wasn't impressed with their earnings report doesn't mean that I shouldn't buy the stock. Don't buy stocks solely based on what you think about an earnings report. Follow price action. So price action was good in the morning on CLH. I followed it. I would do it again. VGGL price action was good. I tried to buy it. I missed my executions. That's going to happen sometimes. Anyways, guys, congrats to so many of you. I'm sorry if I missed highlighting your comments. I'm pretty overwhelmed right now. I do have to say, this is why it's useful to get in the chat room pre-market. I know a lot of you guys don't want to get up that early, but usually me or one of the chat room moderators talks about the pre-market winners, and lately these pre-market winners have gone on to become much bigger winners. So pretty cool stuff. 4 days left of this sale. I know many of you were asking when it's going to end. May 15th, it ends. Do not miss saving 50, 60, 70% on some newsletters and 50, 70% on some DVDs. You have 4 days left. I will see you guys in the chat room. Thank you again. Congrats to so many of you.